Hello everybody. Hello. Can you guys hear this? If you guys can, please speak, or maybe at least chat. At least from what I can see, uh, the feed actually it looks like it's working. So yeah, welcome. So right now, welcome everybody to this live stream. As we are going to have a little bit like, how do I say, impromptu live, yeah, so to speak. Yeah, so let's go. For this launch, this is going to be a Long March 7A, of course. And from what I can gather, the information is that it's going it's going to be launching presumably, how do I say, presumably China set 4B or Zhongxing 4B, if you prefer this. And for that, actually, from what I can read here in the here, yeah, I think maybe I should show you here. Let me see. Let me see. I will try to show. Okay, come on. Oh yeah. So here actually what I can gather here. So as you can see, it says here that a Chinese Long March Changzheng CZ-7A rocket will probably launch the Zhongxing 4B or ChinaSat 4B communication satellite into geosynchronous orbit. So it says here that usually, because this is a this will intend to place on geostationary orbit, but first it's going to be geosynchronous orbit at first, because it's like, let's just say it's like a transfer, geostationary transfer orbit, because you want to transfer your weight before you finally circularize the Earth's orbit, but you sort of like stay in one places. Maybe even if it's moving, it's like nothing. There is some propellant would be there. It says here that as a communication and broadcasting satellite, ChinaSat 4B will provide users with, it says here, with voice, data, radio, and television transmission services. And it says here that ZX4B is probably either an early warning satellite, Huanghuo 3, or a military communications satellite, Shandong 3. So there is not many surety what kind of the satellite that will be launched here. But from what I can gather, especially from I read the not here, yeah, if you see here somewhere here, this is where I get, which actually leads to this Google calendar event. This is what I get, probably ChinaSat 4B, but who knows. And yeah, and also pardon me, because the tab, if you can see, here's my tab. I will show you the full, yeah, probably, let me see, I can try. Okay, can I? Yep. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty messy, so please be noted, it's pretty messy for now. So with some of that, I will try to show you a little bit what information I can gather of this launch. So for this stuff, what I can gather is that probably this specific satellite that's going to be launched here will be it will use the DFH-4 satellite bus, or another way to say it, if I remember, DFH stands for Dongfang Hong, if I remember correctly, what actually DFH stands for. So the launch for now, it could be either two. It could either be DFH 4 or maybe DFH 4E. But for one thing's for sure, it might not be DFH 4S, and maybe it's not even DFH 4SP, because so far there is no proven record flight here, so we don't know. it could be the first flight for DFH dash 4. Maybe it could be the vanilla version, could be the SP version, or even could be the E version. We don't know. It could either it either can be these three. But for one thing's for sure, I don't think it's 4S because it because from what I can gather from the Gunter Space page here, it says that it might identical to DFH-3B. So yeah, that's one thing's for sure. Some of the information that I can actually gather here. So without further ado, yeah, this one I will explain why I actually bring this up here. So here we go. Yeah. So if you actually notice from my how do I say from the thumbnail that I actually made, I actually used one of these picture. As you can see, this is the rollout for the Long March 7A. You can see, if I remember correctly, this is this one actually pictured last year before the November 2024 launches. If I remember, there is where is it? Yeah, before that, that's actually a launch supposedly for that's actually a launch for Tianzhou 8. You know, one of the uncrewed cargo spacecraft that actually headed to the Tiangong space station, of course. And as if you can actually see from here, what's in the distance here? This one here is Long March 12. Yeah, so this Long March 12, apparently it was first launched on November 30, 2024 from the Hainan International Commercial Aerospace launch site, or another word, it's also Hainan Commercial Space Launch Site. So sometimes it can be pretty confusing. So let's just call it the commercial launch, Hainan Commercial Launch Site instead, for another simple word. So for this one, that actually behind this picture before the launch of the Tianzhou 8 is this one, the Long March 12. This one is actually first launched in the launch pad number 2. From the launch pad number 2 of that commercial space launch site. And in fact, if you can see from this picture, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, actually, this one, you can see from this picture, this rollout actually intended going to the Hainan space launch site, with the government launch site, not this commercial one. This one is the commercial, so do not be confused. These two almost plus minus similar. Is from what I can also gather. Yeah, this one usually where I launch my VC phase. Okay, so this one is also relatable from the previous one. This is how the commercial launch site looks like back then, before it's fully complete. As you can see, this, if I remember, this one is the pad. This one is the launch. This one is the LC1. This one is LC2. And not far away from that, look at that. It's at no. If I remember, this one. Look at that. This one is the government launch site, or basically you can say the Chinese state-owned launch site. Yeah, so in some sense, it's actually not really that far away in between these two. But for launches today, it's going to be focused here. It's not here. So don't be confused, even though sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. And I know everyone confused sometimes. And me too. And I think I might try here. Nope. I guess maybe I can try show again. what again I can show to you is here. Yeah, and this is also another best picture what I can get for the thumbnail. You know, the DF -4 satellites there. So pretty much sorry for that. Limited information. But for one thing's for sure, we have around less than 12 minutes before the launch. So meanwhile, I can actually try to cover the I can actually try cover this one pretty briefly because I'm afraid I will talk too much. Okay, so let's go. What I'm going to cover first? I'm going to cover first on the side booster stuff here. Yeah, the side booster. If I remember from yeah, here no that one is a little bit stubby. This one is pretty, how do I say, slightly longer. All of these stages, if I remember, yeah, all of these stages except the upper stage, all of these were powered by kerosene as the fuel and also liquid oxygen as the oxidizer. So basically that's it. That's that. And for the upper stage, yeah, this one is basically the Kerolox, and this one is the Hydrolox or hydrogen and liquid oxygen. Hydrogen is the fuel, while the oxidizer is the liquid oxygen. So pretty the same here on the upper stage for the oxidizer. This exception is the fuel. Because why? Because of course for efficiency, let's just say because it's very efficient when it's used even on the low thrust. While at the same time, if you try to use something like kerosene here, I mean technically you can use it as the upper stage, but not as precise as the Hydrolox, or maybe even comparably Metalox, or maybe something to be could be anything with lots of hydrogen in the molecule. Let's say for example, another one other than methane would be pain, yeah, or Propalox. I would like to call it Propalox from now on too. So that's that. And from what I can also gather is that each booster will have, if I remember, YF100. Let me see. Yeah, each booster will have one YF. Each side booster have one YF100 rocket engines. The basic, and while the core stage have two YF100 engine, while on the second stage, if I remember here, the second stage it actually uses YF 115, but in parallel it has like 4 rocket engines clustered together. While this one upper stage, the YF75, it uses only one. Yeah, so don't worry, I will show it to you how. If I remember, all of these stages actually uses expander cycle. No. If not expander cycle, it's actually the stage combustion cycle. Yeah, just not to be mistaken. No. Let me see. Yeah, everything uses stage combustion cycle except the upper stage one, the YF75. 75 uses gas generator, and I will show to you how what actually means. And not actually using on this flight currently would be the Yuanzheng Y1A or YZ1A, also known the upper stage, actually known as the engine itself is YF50D. So yeah, not many information I can find here because it's pretty scarce for whatever reason. But this is how it looks like for the upper stage, if it even was used in this flight. But yeah, from what I can gather the information here, supposedly on this flight, this upper stage will not be used on this flight. Although the first and the only time I remember is the first flight of Long March 7, the first maiden flight ever, back in 2016. That's the only first time ever they actually used the Wenchang 1A. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. And from what I can gather from the forum, especially the NASA space flight forum, this is basically like a Chinese version of Soyuz frigate, Russian frigate upper stage, aka we can call it a space dock. That's one thing for sure. So this is how it looks like. And although if I remember correctly, this is actually for Long March 5. So there is some slight difference, as you can see. This one, wait, because sometimes I can be confused. This one is Long March 5. Only this one is Long March 7 upper stage, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that's that. I can be confused between these two, but trust me, I'm not lying at all. I'm not making up this story because it's too complicated. Okay, but for one thing's for sure, the only things I can find about YF-75 is that it is the gas generator cycle. So gas generator cycle is that there is actually the pre-burner cycle where most of it will be used to move the turbo pump, so that all of that fuel and oxidizer can be moved below this one. At first on the lower pressure, of course it will go first at the pre-burner, and after that it will just because the turbine can finally move at the correct pressure and correct rotational speed, finally all of that fuel and oxidizer will finally just going inside the combustion chamber, ignited, and going out from to the nozzle, of course. And yeah, this is actually how it looks like. It actually pairs with two instead of one. 75D is like only one engine. 75 is this, there's two, and then the rest of it, the pre-burner cycle, it will be burned off through here to the pre-burner nozzle here, so it can compensate a little bit for the loss of thrust and what's on. Yeah, I mean, even nowadays, recently, from what I know, nowadays, if they can just tap it onto the nozzle stuff here, and they can get even way more better efficiency than just dump it like this. So yeah, and for the YF 150 and 100, all of these are attached combustion cycle. In principle, it's actually quite similar to the idea of gas generator, but instead of actually expel out from the main nozzle, instead those pre-burner cycle, it will go inside back to the main combustion chamber and burn together to get basically almost no loss thrust and efficiency whatsoever. So that's one good thing. And all of this, yeah, this one is from what I can show to you, this is the YF-100 engine that's actually used on the first and second stage. Okay, and this is how it looks like. And for the 115, there's not too many information, so I can only show to you here. This is YF-115. Yeah, so this one, what it looks like, and low quality, unfortunately. And this one is when it actually pairs into 4. As you can see, this is how it looks like. So I guess that's that. Not many I can cover, and I don't want to waste too many time. So let's go to the real one. So yeah, sorry for making you guys waiting. Yeah, so this is the flight from the international rocket launchers. He's using the he's using stream from the space lens, if I remember correctly. So yeah, shout out and credit credit to space lens, and also credit to international rocket launchers uh, for for helping us, the international viewer, actually stream this one. So yeah, I'm not going to get too much. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so you can see even their stream alignment is just like weird. It's totally fine. And yeah, after yeah, so now you can finally see how it looks like. And for viewers that actually still watching this live stream, hello and welcome. And this is actually a little bit better view. If you actually see at the second, yeah, at the second side there. Okay. All right. So maybe I'll try to go through my apps here because I want to double check whether or not this stream is all right. I want to hear the feed here. Okay, and yeah, let me see. And in the meantime, I hope you guys actually have a very great day. Mm. All right. Okay, looks like I can actually hear from the from my phone. Actually, good fit so far. And looks like we are not very off from the launches. So according to my real-time clock, it will be T-minus 20 seconds. But in the feed, of course, it's going to have some delays. So we are going to follow the feed, and this is T-minus 30 seconds. So let's go and watch and witness the launch for today. Let's go, everybody. And should be around T-minus 7 minutes. No, T-minus 7 seconds. All of the first stage booster will be ignited, and looks like we are getting ready. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, there should be ignition. Let's go. And to the new viewers, welcome. Okay, and looks like we have ignition of the Long March 7A, carrying presumably China set 4B, Zhongxing 4B, and liftoff. And right now we are in T plus 15 seconds and already gone into the cloud. Okay, looks like. Okay, come on. Are they going to point? Oh no, it is sadly, it's already gone into the clouds around not even around T plus 15 seconds. Okay, but from the countdown here should be around less than, yeah, around 10 seconds. After this it will be max Q. And that's it. Just end it like that. What a bummer. Yeah, so that's that. We still can hear those rockets rumbling through the atmosphere, and the flight presumably already alright. and still headed for the for the orbit jet destination. All right, and that's that. It's not the best. Okay, and looks like the, the live coverage or you have already end by now. So yeah, okay, let's go. Around T plus, almost T plus 2 minutes in, and looks like we don't have anything too much to see here, unfortunately. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I've already give some important information for you guys to know what this launch should be, and I can only use presumably because uh, at least for the satellite, for the payload, because of course what else information I could have gathered so far. That's the only thing I can go. Okay, so that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this very short live stream. I will see you guys on if from my calendar it should be by tomorrow, and also between these 2 3 hours of time span. The first one would be ISAR Aerospace, where they are going to launch Spectrum rocket for the first time, and for the second launch, not going to be that further part after that. It will be Firefly Aerospace with their Firefly Alpha rocket. They will carry LM 400 demo satellite, basically a demonstration satellite, proving that their that the satellite for the Lockheed Martin actually works as intended. So yeah, that one, because it's a demo satellite. Hopefully, it's not going to end live stream like that, because there's nothing to confidential. Maybe, hopefully, nothing to confidential, so we can look at it much more longer. And for the spectrum, especially for the ISAR Aerospace, go. Hopefully, you guys can go leaping to if I mean, even if it's not 100% success, even if they have some good amount of data, it's better than nothing, right? But yeah, I don't want to set too much high hope about that. So, but we'll see how it goes for the launches. So see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it's not going to cancel. If that's going to happen, by if it doesn't, you might see the launch cadence and launch that on how do I say, on the upcoming live stream might move from time to time. So we'll see. So that's all, guys. Thanks you so much for watching. Goodbye. And I don't want to yap too much. Bye bye. And also, if you're in my time zone, or maybe if you're in the night zone, good night. Sleep tight. All right. So that's that. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. It looks pretty nice. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. So looks pretty nice. So here we go. Okay. All right. So I try to music. There should be music here. All right. So that's it. I can end this stream in 3, 2, 1, 0. So have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.